Separation of powers, that is, the powers of all three main organs of government should be separated. They must not be under each other. This theory was given by Montesquieu. He associated the separation of power with liberty, more specifically with political liberty, and he proposed that if we want to achieve political liberty in state, we need to separate the powers of all three main organs of government, and without separating their powers, uh, security and continuation of political liberty is not possible. He said that in order to secure an adequate degree of liberty for all individuals, we need a special type of constitutional arrangement in a government. That is, if we want to secure the adequate degree of liberty for all, we need a special type of constitutional arrangement in government, and that is such a constitutional arrangement which should be based on separation of powers. He said the liberty lies in subjection to law, not in subjection to person, and this subjection to law can be best secured by separation of powers. And liberty is impossible in a country where all parts of government are subjected, where all parts are not subjected to law and court. So liberty is possible only in such a country where all parts of government are subjected to law and court. And if you want all parts of government to be under law, then we need to separate their powers. If we will unite the powers of the organs of government, then it's not possible to bring them under law, and obviously liberty is not possible in such case. And it is not the Bill of Rights that ensure liberty. Rather, it is the separation of powers that ensure liberty. Political liberty depends on peace of mind. Political liberty depends on peace of mind. And this peace of mind is based on sense of security. And sense of security is based on the separation of powers. So we can say that the political liberty is based on separation of powers. See how? Because political liberty depends on peace of mind. Peace of mind is based on sense of security, and sense of security is based on separation of powers. So political liberty is based on separation of powers. That is, it's not possible to gain political liberty without separation of powers. Let's suppose we don't follow the separation of powers and united powers, and for instance we bring legislature under judiciary, or we bring legislature under executive. Then legislature, the law-making body, will not be free. It will not be under law. Rather, it will be under executive. This could destroy the liberty. He said the judiciary, although not an important part of, or an important, or a important, not an important to be a different and distinct organ of government, but still it need to be, still it's important that it should be, its powers should be separated from executive and judiciary. He was in favor of the statement that united powers always destroy liberty. Definitely, he gave a wonderful theory of separation of powers, but to support his theory of separation of power, he took support from British Constitution. However, the British Constitution does not provide a complete and clear separation of powers, because in British political system, although there is separation of power but not complete separation of power. For example, the Privy Council of the House of Lords act as the court as well, and similar the Prime Minister, who is the head of the executive, is also the leader of the house in the parliament. So on certain moments or on certain points, these three organs are overlapping in British constitution. However, he used British constitution to support his theory. So we can say that although he gave a beautiful theory, a wonderful explanation for the separation of power, but the source that he took to support his theory was wrong. His understanding of British constitution was really poor, but he gave a good theory of separation of powers. Thank you for joining. Take care. Goodbye.